Former Police Minister Bheki Cele is scheduled to appear before Parliament's Ad Hoc Committee, which is investigating allegations of corruption, criminal infiltration and political interference in the justice system. The committee has so far heard explosive testimony pointing to the alleged involvement of senior government and police officials in networks that are apparently compromising the work of law enforcement. Watching the story for us is SABC News reporter Bulelani Phillip, who joins us now live from Parliament. And with just less than an hour, Bulelani, until that committee sits once again, help us contextualize Bheki Cele's alleged role in what we've heard so far.
Morning, Ayanda, and to the viewers at home. Of course, he's expected to appear at 10 o'clock this morning, where the evidence leader, Advocate Norman Arendse, will take him through the evidence in chief. He's expected to be grilled by the evidence leader for about 4 to 5 hours before the members of Parliament have their turn to actually take him through the paces. So we expect him to be on the stand for the next 2 days. So it's going to be quite a busy time. But I guess in the main, I suspect that he's being called here to do a clarification on at least 2 issues. Given that he was a former police minister from February 2018 to June last year, he's actually been a person who's overlooked the political killings task team during his tenure. So he would have to actually give a context of how this political killings task team came about, as well as how its operations were done, so that he can be able to actually give evidence that would perhaps maybe corroborate or dismiss some of the evidence that have been put forward here by Senzo Mchunu, who is the police minister who is currently on special leave. You'll recall that Minister Mchunu has testified that he feels that the political killings task team was illegal because it had relied on an extension of an annual basis up until 2022. And therefore, he felt that given that there was no formal extension after 2022, it was operating illegally. Hence, he decided that he needed to issue this directive on 31 December last year that says that it must be disbanded rather with immediate effect. Of course, General Bheki Cele will have to actually give an account of whether when he was in the 5th administration and moved over into the 6th administration, did it mean that that political killings task team would continue its work automatically, or would it need a cabinet minute in order for it to continue to exist? So those are some of the issues that we expect to come out of his testimony on that part. But on the issue of political infiltration that has been raised by the terms of reference of this ad hoc committee, you'll recall that General Mkhwanazi, in his testimony earlier, he had indicated that after the confiscation of the phone of Vusimuzi Ket Matlala, he had found that there were exchanges between Matlala as well as Bheki Cele, and they will have to get an understanding from him as to what was the nature of their relationship. And secondly, General Mkhwanazi has also indicated that they found that there was allegedly some transaction that Bheki Cele might have benefited from the benefits of Matlala. So the nature of their relationship is quite going to be something that is going to be probed by the ad hoc committee. That's significant given that shortly before the term of office of Bheki Cele came to an end, Vusimuzi Ket Matlala did receive a 360 million tender from the South African Police Service. And the evidence and the perception that has been created from some of the witnesses that have come before the ad hoc committee, they've indicated that it appeared as if Matlala had unfettered access to the headquarters of the South African Police Service. Now, the question is whether some of the events leading up to the cancellation of that tender, would they be coincident, or would they have derived a program that would be giving a desired outcome, given that when this tender was seen to be irregular, it was cancelled. Now, the question that subsequently to Mr. Cele leaving public office, he enjoyed some financial and hospitality benefits from Mr. Matlala. Now, the question that the members of Parliament will be trying to do is to connect the dots as to whether did he play any role in the awarding of that tender, given that it has subsequently been cancelled. So I guess those are some of the issues that we can expect. Ayanda.